So yesterday I introduced the theme of resilience and being more resilient in these strange times. And I put on the front there the same start as we started with yesterday. It's all about finding that courage to be brave, have faith and stay strong, as we're all dealing with exactly the same thing in our own different ways. Now, one of the things that we do need to do is to accept reality. And it's really difficult at the moment for everybody. But instead of hiding away and saying, well, it doesn't affect me, or it's not bothering me, or I don't know anybody, we have to accept what is going on around the country and around the world. And we need to think our way through the problem and know that there's an end point coming up, even if it is in that long distance or at the end of a very, very long tunnel. We will get through this. And we need to accept that social distancing and other measures are going to be in place for a long time to come, not just till June, not till July, but for a long time. And once we've accepted all of these things, I am sure that things in our minds will get much, much easier and we will be able to have the strength to deal with them. You also need to remember it is temporary. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's going to last forever, but it won't. At some point, we will get back to normal. And it might feel that you haven't seen your friends or your family for a lifetime because it's a long period of time for you. It's been 2 months already. But at some point, you will get to see them again. And hopefully you're keeping in touch with them in so many different ways. And it might also feel that you'll never go to the cinema or the theatre or the pizza or McDonald's or into town. You don't feel you're going to get to do those things ever again. But one day it will happen. It is a temporary problem. It might just be a very long time before you actually get there, but it will end one day. You also need to think about the fact that the way to get through this is take each day as it comes. I don't know about you, but some days I wake up and I don't even know what day it is. Some days I think it's Sunday and I find it's a Wednesday. All of these days are merging into one another. So take each day as it comes. Don't worry about the home learning on specific days. The main thing is that you are keeping interested, you're keeping your brain active. So do some every single day if you can. Do a little bit and do it often. So do some, go away, do something else, then come back and do a bit more. But just enjoy doing some of that home learning. And don't make big plans just yet. We don't know what's round the corner. We don't know what's even going to happen tomorrow. Anything can happen on any day. So don't make those big plans yet. But just know that at some point those big plans can be made and you will realise them. Remember to be positive. It's very easy at the moment to be very negative. We can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do the other, and we can't do this. It just goes on and on and on all the time. And you might hear your parents saying that at the moment as well. But try not to focus on what you can't do. Try and remember all the things that you can do, all the things that you're doing now that if you were at school or if you were able to get out, you might not be able to get done in your house. Even if it's playing games with one another or doing jigsaws together or drawing together or interacting with one another or playing sports or games in the garden or in the yard. There are so many things that we can do that we don't normally have the time to do. So focus on the can do things and let's leave those can't do things for another day. You can also make little improvements. It doesn't take much to make those little improvements. So think of things that could just make your life a little more interesting or exciting at home. Make a little change. Think of a different way of doing something. Think a different way of approaching something. Think of something you've never done that you could possibly do at home. Maybe it could be something that would make life easier for everybody at home if you just change that one thing. It might bring a smile to lots of different people's faces, and that would be such an improvement for everybody. So think of all the little things that you can think of, and maybe You can do some of them this week and then let me know what you have changed. You also need to make sure you're having some time for yourself, some self-preservation time. We all need a bit of quiet time. I certainly do. And I usually get mine about 5:30, 6:30 in the morning. Some time where I can just have my own thoughts, I can reflect, and I can get back to being me. It's lovely to be with the family. It's lovely to have everyone around, but we also all need some quiet time. And your parents need that quiet time too. So make sure you have some and you give your parents some, because it will certainly help our own self-preservation. It might even reduce the number of arguments that you have with your brothers and sisters or other members of your family. So make sure you do have some me time. And to finish off, I just want to remind us of what I said yesterday. This week, we need to stay strong. We need to stay safe and fit and healthy. We need to stay learning, so we're exercising our brains. We need to continue to stay away from other people. We need to stay in touch and need to stay happy and to smile as much as we possibly can. And don't forget, you also need to talk. If you are worrying about anything, if you're worried about what is going on, if you're worried about your home learning, if you're worried about your family, talk to someone. There is always someone to talk to. There is always somebody to email. Have a great week. Stay resilient.
Happy talking, happy talk. Talk about things you like to do. You got to have a dream.